Visit us on the web at nilfisku.com. Nilfisk University is the cleaning equipment industry's most comprehensive web-based training and interactive learning resource. Your degree in success is just a click away at Nilfisk University.
Welcome to Nilfisk University, where excellence is obtained through active learning. Welcome to the Use and Care lesson for the SC3000 Rider Scrubber. As you might guess from this title, we'll be covering how to use and care for the SC3000. This course is not intended to replace the operator's manual that ships with the machine. Please read, understand, and follow all safety, maintenance, and operating instructions in the manual. Doing so will ensure years of safe operation and optimum performance from the machine. After completing this course, the learner shall be able to describe 3 items that should be inspected before operating the machine. Describe how to fill the machine with water and detergent. List the steps necessary to start the scrubbing function. Identify each item on the control panel and describe what each one of them does. List the 4 cleaning modes available on machines equipped with EcoFlex. List 3 ways the burst of power feature increases cleaning power. Describe how to change the detergent ratio programmed into the machine. List 2 items to be inspected and cleaned before storing the machine. Be able to describe how to switch between chemical-free cleaning mode, the ultra-low detergent mode, and the full-strength detergent mode. And list 3 items to be inspected weekly. Before one can begin using the machine, it has to be prepared for use. Let's start from the very beginning by turning on the light in the room in which the machine is stored. The first thing you should see is the machine parked with the recovery tank open, the battery charger plugged into the machine, the pad drivers or brushes laying nearby, and the squeegee hanging on the back of the machine. This is how the machine should have been left after it was used last. The first step is to unplug the battery charger. The charger cord should be stored in the pocket located behind the battery charger. During charging, the recovery tank should be left open for air circulation. You can either have it all the way open or use the kickstand to keep the tank open. Now the recovery tank can be lowered to its normal operating position. The next step is to inspect the pads or brushes. These should have been rinsed the last time the machine was used, so they should be relatively clean and free from any large debris. Inspect the pads or brushes for wear and determine if there is enough brush or pad life for the scrubbing you are about to complete, and if not, replace the pads or brushes as needed. Also make sure you have the correct pad or brush type for the scrubbing that needs to be performed. Now we're ready to install the pads or brushes onto the machine. The machine features a tri-lobe attachment system. The hole in the brush mates up with a corresponding gimbal on the deck. Slide each brush or pad driver under the deck, center it, and lift it up to mate with the gimbal. Then rotate the outside edge of the brush towards the front of the machine. Do not drop the deck on the pad driver or the brush and use the brush motors to put the pad driver on. This can damage the pad driver, requiring replacement. Make sure the recovery tank is empty. Check the ball float cage and make sure it's clean and the ball moves freely. A clip on each side of the cage has to be opened to remove the ball float cage. Inspect the debris catch cage if equipped and make certain it is empty as well. Then inspect the rear squeegee blade to make sure that they are ready for use and aren't torn or nicked. The machine features a 4-sided squeegee blade that has 4 working edges, so the blade can be flipped end for end and flipped top to bottom to expose a fresh working edge, all without tools. If all 4 edges are damaged, a new squeegee blade is needed. Attach the squeegee to the machine with the 2 thumb nuts and attach the squeegee hose. Do not over-tighten the squeegee, as it is designed to break away if it hits an object within your building. We are now ready to fill the machine with water. Open the solution fill port and fill the machine with clean, pure water. Hot or warm water cleans better, but the water temperature should not exceed 130 degrees Fahrenheit. If the machine is equipped with an onboard detergent system or EcoFlex, fill the machine with pure water only. If an outboard detergent dilution system is used, like a wall mount station, fill the machine from this device. If bulk detergent is to be mixed in the tank, fill the machine 1/3 the way with water, then add detergent, and fill the machine until it is full. In all cases, fill the machine so the solution level is 2 to 3 inches below the fill port. The machine has a 21-gallon capacity. On EcoFlex machines, fill the machine with clean water and then inspect the EcoFlex detergent cartridge. Verify the correct detergent is in the cartridge and there is enough detergent in the tank to complete the scrubbing task at hand. We are now ready to transport the machine to the area to be cleaned. Turn on the machine using the key and verify that the machine has enough battery power to complete the scrubbing task at hand by using the battery gauge on the control panel. Pressing the foot pedal will propel the machine forward. The machine features a variable speed pedal just like a car, so the farther it's pressed, the faster the machine travels. To go into reverse, tap the reverse paddle located under the right-hand side of the steering wheel. Tap it again to return to a forward direction of travel. Now let's look at how to use the machine. Before we do that, let's take a look at each switch on the control panel. The SC3000 features true one-touch scrubbing. This button turns scrubbing on and off. The extra pressure button toggles between regular and extreme scrub pressure. The vacuum on-off button turns the vacuum motor both on and off. At the bottom of the panel are the solution flow rate increase and decrease buttons. The battery gauge is located right below the display. The horn button is located to the lower right-hand corner of the panel. The next button is the quiet mode button. This changes the vacuum suction power and reduces the sound of the machine when operating in noise-sensitive environments. In the upper right-hand corner is the detergent on-off switch. In the middle of the panel is the display that shows how much solution remains in the machine, the number of hours on the brush motors, and the detergent dilution ratio. There are 3 status LEDs at the top. The first shows when the machine is cleaning in the burst of power mode. The middle one shows if the traction control feature has been engaged. And the last one shows when the machine is going in reverse. The last 2 buttons really aren't buttons at all. They're actually fingertip controlled paddle switches located under the steering wheel on both the left and right hand side. On the left is the burst of power paddle, and on the right is the reverse paddle to put the machine into a reverse direction. The SC3000 couldn't be easier to use. To start scrubbing, press the true one-touch scrub button. This will lower the deck and the rear squeegee to the floor and prepare the machine for use. Now press the foot pedal to propel the machine forward and begin scrubbing. When the foot pedal is pressed, the machine will move forward, the brushes will begin to turn, the vacuum motor comes on, and water will begin to flow. To pause scrubbing, simply remove your foot from the pedal. The machine, brushes, and water will all stop. The vacuum motor will stop after a 10-second delay to help clear any remaining water from the squeegee and squeegee hose. To stop scrubbing, simply press the true one-touch scrub button, and the brushes and water as well as the vacuum will turn off, and the vacuum turns off after a 10-second delay. The deck and the rear squeegee will then raise. We just saw how easy it is to start scrubbing, pause, and then stop scrubbing. But there's a little more to it than that. The first thing to understand is that when the key is turned on and the scrubbing function starts, the machine starts using low pressure and the lowest solution flow rate. If you are cleaning chemical-free or using the ultra-low detergent ratio, those settings are remembered. You can easily increase the cleaning power of the machine using one button, the burst of power button. This feature puts a burst of cleaning power at your fingertips. It allows you to spot clean dirtier areas in your facility very easily. Pressing the burst of power button increases cleaning power for 60 seconds in 3 ways. It increases brush pressure. It increases the solution flow rate by 1 level and increases the detergent strength all at once. After 60 seconds and the area is now cleaned, the machine will automatically return to the previous settings. If you just need to increase your cleaning power, you can use the extra pressure switch to increase scrub pressure. If you just need to adjust the solution flow rate, use the solution flow rate increase or decrease switch. If the solution flow rate decrease switch button is pressed a number of times, it will eventually turn the water off. The quiet mode button can be used when cleaning noise-sensitive areas, such as near patients or while classes are in session. This button reduces the suction power and the noise level of the machine. Now let's learn a little bit more about the EcoFlex system. The EcoFlex system is a flexible cleaning solution that meets all of your floor cleaning needs from green to clean. The flexibility of the EcoFlex system allows you to clean in 4 different ways. You can engage chemical-free cleaning. You can use an ultra-low detergent ratio. You can engage full detergent strength and clean with a burst of power that is always available at your fingertips. Take advantage of chemical-free cleaning whenever and wherever possible for the lowest total cost to clean with zero environmental impact from chemicals. EcoFlex has an ultra-low detergent dilution ratio mode that enhances the natural cleaning power of plain water while minimizing cleaning costs and the environmental impact from cleaning chemicals. EcoFlex gives you the flexibility to clean with full detergent strength if that's required. And on top of all of this, there's a burst of cleaning power at your fingertips for tough soils found in smaller areas. Now let's see how easy it is to clean from green to clean. EcoFlex has 4 different cleaning modes. For now, let's take a look at 3 of them. Chemical-free cleaning. Every advanced scrubber with an onboard detergent system has a detergent on-off switch. This gives you the flexibility to turn detergent off and clean without the use of chemicals, and it's all done at the touch of a button. Cleaning with an ultra-low detergent ratio. Some areas might require a little more cleaning power than pure water can deliver. Water cleans pretty well, but using a little bit of detergent enhances the natural cleaning power of water and makes it a more powerful cleaner. In most cases, when detergent is turned on, the machine will dispense at a ratio of 400 to 1. This is the ultra-low detergent ratio mode. 400 will flash in the graphical display, indicating the dilution ratio that's in use. Cleaning with full-strength detergent. Switching to full-strength detergent for the heaviest of soil loads on the floor is very easy. Press and hold the burst of power switch for 2 seconds. You'll see the new stronger ratio flash in the graphical display. This is the manufacturer's recommended dilution ratio that has been programmed into the machine. You'll also see the EcoFlex LED go out. Note that the machine will continue to dispense at the ratio programmed into the machine until the EcoFlex switch is pressed again. Well, how can one take advantage of this flexibility? Well, let's take scrubbing a high school as an example. Many areas in a school are simply being damped mopped with a machine. In these areas, take advantage of chemical-free cleaning for the lowest cost to clean and zero environmental impact from chemicals. When the machine approaches a slightly dirtier area, turn detergent on. When encountering a severely dirty area like the cafeteria, press and hold the burst of power switch to clean with full-strength detergent. After the cafeteria is cleaned, press the burst of power switch again and return to either chemical-free cleaning or the ultra-low detergent ratio. Some follow a cleaning routine where the school is scrubbed Tuesday and Thursday without the use of chemicals or in the ultra-low detergent mode, and then clean Monday, Wednesday, and Friday using full-strength detergent. A cleaning schedule like this will reduce your overall detergent consumption, saving money and the environment. Now let's see how the burst of power feature makes spot cleaning an area super easy. EcoFlex provides the flexibility needed to clean from green to clean. The flexibility to clean green and in the most environmentally responsible way by using the chemical-free cleaning mode. The flexibility to use detergent sparingly for slightly dirtier areas and to engage full detergent strength only when and where it's needed. Now let's look at the flexibility that the burst of power feature brings. For smaller, dirtier areas, the operator can easily and temporarily increase the cleaning power of the machine for 60 seconds by simply pressing a single button. This can be used to call up additional cleaning power when needed, such as when cleaning up a spill that has now dried onto the floor surface, or maybe the front entryway to a hospital has become extra dirty and more cleaning power is needed. The burst of power temporarily increases cleaning power for 60 seconds in 3 ways. It increases the detergent strength to full detergent strength. It increases brush pressure 1 level, and increases the solution flow rate by 1 level. During this timed interval, the LED on the control panel will blink. It blinks slowly for the first 50 seconds and fast for the last 10 seconds, indicating the burst of power will soon end. After 60 seconds, the machine automatically reverts back to the original detergent dilution ratio, brush pressure, and solution flow rate setting prior to engaging the burst of power. One thing to note is that to clean dirtier areas, we all know that more detergent, brush pressure, and solution is needed. That being the case, if the operator was cleaning in the chemical-free cleaning mode, tapping the burst of power will turn on detergent for the 60-second period, and then it will turn it off again after the 60-second burst of power interval has expired. I mentioned a few times that the machine will dispense detergent at full strength or the ratio programmed into the machine rather than at 400 to 1. It does this by either pressing and holding the burst of power switch for 2 seconds or when scrubbing in the burst of power mode. Now let's see how easy it is to program the manufacturer's recommended dilution ratio into the machine. Every manufacturer of auto scrubber approved detergent will provide a suggested dilution ratio. Some state it as a ratio, such as 128 to 1, or maybe they'll state it in ounces per gallon, such as 1 ounce of detergent per gallon of water, or maybe even as a percentage, like 0.8%. The first step is to know the suggested ratio. If it's stated right on the detergent label, great. But if not, look at the suggested ounces per gallon or percentage and cross-reference that to a ratio. Now that we know the ratio, we can program that into the machine. With the machine on, turn the detergent off using the detergent on-off switch. Press and hold the detergent on-off switch for 2 seconds. At this point, the LED on the detergent switch will begin to blink, indicating that you have entered the change mode. Now tap the detergent on-off switch and watch the graphical display toggle through all the available dilution ratios. What you will see in the display is the ratio of water to detergent. So when you see 400 in the display, that means 400 to 1. And that's the dilution ratio. 64 means 64 to 1. Now stop and release the on-off switch once the desired ratio is displayed. And after 2 seconds, the ratio selected is locked into the machine. Here are some helpful scrubbing tips. First of all, the best practice when starting or stopping scrubbing is to start and stop the scrubbing function while the machine is in slight motion. This will help minimize any damage to delicate floors and reduces the risk of leaving donuts on the floor. Avoid 180-degree turns. This increases the potential for the machine to leave water on tight turns. Instead, plan your scrub path out to minimize any sharp turns. Scrub the perimeter of the facility first, and use the right-hand side of the machine where the deck overhangs more. When you stop scrubbing, the vacuum LED will flash during the 10-second shutoff delay. Press the vacuum on-off button while it's flashing, and this will keep the squeegee on the floor and turn the vacuum motor on so it won't shut off until it's pressed again. This lets you keep the squeegee on the floor to pick up any remaining water. Keep the vacuum on as long as possible, all the way to the dump and refill station if possible. That way any dirty water that drips from the pad or brushes won't drip back on your just cleaned floor. The drips will be picked up by the squeegee. Use the least amount of down pressure, water, and detergent as possible while still getting the job done. This will extend the runtime of the machine, allow you to clean more area faster, while lowering your cost to clean and reducing your environmental impact. When a dirtier area is encountered, use the burst of power button. This increases your cleaning power by increasing pressure, water, and chemical to spot clean the area. This is easier than having to adjust them all individually. If you have ramps in your facility, the best practice is to transport the machine to the top of the ramp and then scrub down the ramp. Eventually the solution tank will run dry and the recovery tank will become full. The machine has a ball float valve that protects the vacuum motor from ingesting water. Once the ball float valve activates, the vacuum motor pitch will change to a much higher pitch sound. When the recovery tank is full, transport the machine to a suitable location to empty it and refill as required. After using the machine for a while, one or two things are going to happen. First of all, the battery pack may become depleted and the machine must be recharged. When this happens, the battery gauge will indicate the batteries need to be recharged and all scrubbing functions will cease. The machine stops scrubbing when the battery pack becomes depleted, but the transport function does not. This means you will always have plenty of battery power to transport the machine to the area to dump the recovery tank and then back to a charging location. The other thing that may occur is that all the areas to be cleaned are now cleaned and scrubbed and the machine is ready to be put away until it's needed to be used again. Just like we learned earlier about preparing the machine for scrubbing, we are now going to do the opposite procedure and prepare the machine for storage. The first thing to do is to empty the recovery tank and rinse it out thoroughly to remove any and all debris from the tank. While you're at it, rinse off the ball float cage and make sure it's cleaned off. Remove the debris catch cage, empty it, and rinse it out if the machine is so equipped. Remove the vacuum fan filter and clean it off. The filter is washable. Once done, set it on the holder to dry out. Now you can rinse off the squeegee and inspect it to make sure the blades are not worn, ripped, or torn. If they need to be changed or replaced, do that now. Hang the squeegee on the integrated squeegee hanger at the rear of the machine. Remove the brushes or pad drivers and rinse them off and remove any large debris that may be present. Inspect the pads or brushes and see if the pads need to be changed or flipped over, and check to see if the brushes need to be replaced. If they do that now. Then set them aside to dry. Lift up the recovery tank into its storage position. Now you can plug the battery pack into the charger and charge the batteries for the next person who needs to use the machine. It's also a good idea to take a wet rag and clean off the exterior of the machine. And remember, turn off the light when you leave the room. Besides daily maintenance, there's also maintenance required periodically. Once a week, one should check the water level of each battery cell and add distilled water as needed. The machine should not be charged if the plates are not underwater. Before charging, inspect the cells and make sure none of the plates are exposed. If they are, then add just enough water to cover the plates, but do not fill the cell all the way up until the machine is fully charged. If the machine is fully charged, then add water so it touches the bottom of the fill tube in each cell. Do not fill the cell all the way to the top of the battery. Inspect and clean the solution filter, and purge the EcoFlex system with plain warm water. The machine should be lubricated monthly. Monthly, the battery pack should be equalized. Equalizing the battery pack ensures each cell is at its maximum charge potential for maximum runtime. This is done by fully charging the machine and then unplugging it. After a minute or two, plug the machine back in to charge it again, and repeat this one more time. After 1 year or 300 hours, the carbon brushes on the vacuum motor should be inspected for wear. After 1 year or 500 hours, the carbon brushes for both the drive motor and the scrub motor should be inspected for wear. Refer to the operator's manual or an authorized advanced service center on lubrication and carbon brush inspection and replacement. After completing this course, the learner shall be able to describe 3 items that should be inspected before operating the machine, describe how to fill the machine with water and detergent, list the steps necessary to start the scrubbing function, identify each item on the control panel and describe what each one of them does, list the 4 cleaning modes available on machines equipped with EcoFlex, list 3 ways the burst of power feature increases cleaning power, describe how to change the detergent ratio programmed into the machine, list 2 items to be inspected and cleaned before storing the machine, be able to describe how to switch between chemical-free cleaning mode, the ultra-low detergent mode, and the full-strength detergent mode, and list 3 items to be inspected weekly. That concludes this learning module.
Visit us on the web at nilfisku.com. Nilfisk University is the cleaning equipment industry's most comprehensive web-based training and interactive learning resource. Your degree in success is just a click away at Nilfisk University.